guys, it's Ezra May, and this is a brand new episode of Love SNL. It's episode 3, and I'm going to tell you today about my favourite recurring original characters that were born and bred at SNL. These are not impersonations of famous people. These are just, you know, characters from the brilliant minds of the SNL writers. And I'm super psyched because I got this in the mail recently. Perfect timing. It's the 40th anniversary People magazine special of SNL. Look at this. This is definitely what I need in my life. I'm going to rank them from 10 to 1. Just so you know, throughout there'll be some very bad impressions of me trying to do the characters that I'm talking about, but who cares? Let's go. Starting at number 10, I have Stefon. I know a lot of people would have him as number 1, but it's just for the purposes of this video. He is number 10, but he's a great character. He appears on Weekend Update, so when Seth Meyers is reading out the fake news, Stefon usually comes on and tells everybody about New York's hottest clubs, and he always says the name of the club is something crazy, like it's not even a word, it's just a sound.
New York's hottest club is
He's really funny, great character. Bill Hader has my heart. Coming in at number 9 is Bedelia, and people don't really know this character that much because it was played by Nasim Pedrad, who had an unfortunately short time on SNL, but she was great. Bedelia was this character who was just a socially awkward teenage girl who really had mad respect for her parents. She would go to just a normal, 16th birthday party, talking to a bunch of, cool teenage guys, and then she'd be like, guys, do you see that vision over there? That's my mom. And it's just funny because, I don't know, I'm really close with my parents and I don't do that, but I think it's just sweet that she was just really old school and respected everyone and doesn't care about fitting in. She was awesome. Number 8 is Tina Chaneuese. I love this character. This is played by Jenny Slate, who had an even shorter time on SNL. And she played this woman who was doing an infomercial to sell her doorbells, was the first one, I think, and the second one was, I think, alarm clocks. And these are obviously, mechanisms that make noise, but what she'd do is she'd put her own voice into the doorbell so that people would know it was her. I can make a custom for you, holiday doorbells. And then she'd had them all on a wall behind her, and she'd push one and it'd be like, happy holidays, ding dong. My favorite one was there was this doorbell and it went, hello, I'm getting married today, ding dong. Number 7 is DJ Dynasty Handbag, who is played by Keena Thompson on this amazing sketch called Deep Pastiche, which is just in the vein of, MTV4 Europe music station where, they preview their new songs and usually some crazy lyrics or crazy outfits or something. So DJ Dynasty Handbag was the host, and he really loved music, and he often had an assistant who was just really dim-witted. So I think the first time they did it, it was Rachel Dratch, and the second time it was Andy Samberg. And he would just call them out on the stupid things that they say. They would say something really stupid, and DJ Dynasty Handbag would be like, oh, wait till you say, can you not embarrass yourself in front of the audience? Or something like that. I don't know. Coming in at number 6 is the girl you wish you hadn't started a conversation with at a party. That's a mouthful. Played by Cecily Strong. I think she still does it on the show sometimes, but she's basically this girl in a pink dress that you see at a party, and she comes on Weekend Update, and you just wish you didn't start talking to her, but she just goes on and off about her opinion, and she has a lot, but because she's kind of tipsy, and she's just, gossiping about all her friends, she's kind of not all there, but she does have a lot of strong opinions. So one of my favorite jokes is, for every 5 people who are hungry, there are 10 people who are too full. Wake up, America. What are we gonna do? Switch stomach? Number 5 is Penelope, played by Kristen Wiig, and she's that girl that always wants to be better than you, even if what she's saying starts to sound really made up. For example, there was this episode with, I think Molly Shannon hosted, and someone, I think her cat died, and she was trying to up her, the cat already died, but she was like, yeah, I have 5 cats, and 4 of them are my best friends, and I'm pregnant with my cat, and my cat is pregnant. And she would always twist her hair like this, so yeah, I'm saying I'm better than you, but I am. That kind of thing. Love her. Number 4 is Nicholas Fehn, another Update character played by Fred Armisen, that would read out the news headlines. He would call himself a political comedian, and he'd read out headlines and then comment on them, but all he'd do is read it out. Okay, all your favorite sketches, stars, music, and hosts. I mean, what? No. 40 years, and then he would just read the next headline. That was his comment. And then when he would try to make a point, he wouldn't get to the point. He'd be like, Seth, okay, you know what your problem is? You have to, okay, So basically, ma'am, sir, if you took a poll and if we were to come into, and I'm not trying to start an argument, but maybe, perhaps if it's not that he would do all the joining words and not get to the point. And he did it about 7 or 8 times and I laughed every single time. This Fred Armisen is an improv genius and that's a great character. Debbie Downer, played by Rachel Dratch, and the name says it all. She is that person at a party or anywhere that just brings the whole mood down because she's just worried about the negative things in the world. And every time she said something, the camera would zoom into her face twice, followed by the sound of that, you know, that and she'd say something really depressing, like somebody could be celebrating a birthday and she'd be like, you know that feline AIDS are a common cause right now. There's one Debbie Downer sketch that you may have heard of if you love SNL, and it's the one in Disneyland that Lindsay Lohan hosted, and everybody was laughing so bad. Like, nobody has ever cracked up that much during a live sketch because Lorne Michaels would be really mad at them if they did. Rachel couldn't even deliver her lines because Jimmy Fallon was just giggling next to her, and Horatio Sands was literally crying and wiping his face with Mickey Mouse pancakes. If you read Amy Poehler's book, she says that it's a cure for depression, and I think it is. So check that out. Number 2, speaking of Amy Poehler, is an Amy Poehler character. Caitlyn is a super energetic 11-year-old with a bit of a lisp who always hangs out with her Uncle Rick, and they often meet cool and interesting people that are generally played by whoever's hosting, and she thinks they're so awesome and she wants to hang out with them until she realizes that they're probably just old creeps, and then she like wants to leave the scene. So she just runs around with this lisp and she's like, oh, I love it, I'm crazy, blah, blah, blah. She had these crazy hair and crazy glasses. Great character. Coming in at number 1 is Target Lady, who is played by Kristen Wiig, and I know it's another Kristen character, but this is my number 1 favorite SNL character of all time. Kristen Wiig actually auditioned with this character when she started on SNL because she had met somebody at Target who was just as enthusiastic and passionate as this woman who, you know, basically works long hours at a retail store, but she loves life, and that's what I love about this character. She's got this weird bowl cut, crazy accent, and she'd just get excited about everything. She'd scan a credit card and be like, "Dear nerd," and then, "I'm just kidding, approved!" One of my favorite Target Lady jokes is, "Oh, a gift card! I sometimes use these as bread mats for my adult house." You could obviously tell she had a strange life. You know, she lives in a small flat and did weird things with her cat. I don't know. But I love this character so much. It's so original and it's just as crazy as SNL can get. So there you go. Thank you guys for watching. If you didn't notice, I put links throughout the video to some of the sketches that these characters feature in. And I also want you to tell me what are your favorite SNL characters that have been written for the show. And I really hope you enjoyed it. And stay tuned for episode 4. Peace.